not really fond of. So I do apologize. I will try to get the YouTube stream back up and running, but YouTube is also down at the moment. So I'll do my best to get that back up and running. But here we go, spawning in the right hand corner of Mothership, we do have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is a herO. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran himself. It is ByuN for Shopify. Here we go as we get into game 2. ByuN, of course, he does have a lead in the series. We did miss out on the tail end of that game, but the writing was on the wall. herO was falling apart. He was being pulled apart, and we saw that ByuN was able to overwhelm, able to shut him down, and ByuN did take game number 1. And now we're jumping into game 2. As a reminder, this is best of 5. Best of 5. It looks like the upper semis has concluded already. Clem, herO, ByuN. MaxPax and more. Okay. So I'm just trying to fix up the YouTube stream. Doing my best. PiGosaur Cup number 59, right? Yes. 59. Also, the stream may stumble a little bit soon as well. Currently, I am on a 4G backup, and it should switch to my main internet in like a minute or two. So I do apologize that when that does occur. But right now we're getting into game 2. We're diving into game number 2 here. Because of the internet being so unstable at this time of the day, I might just not. Like I don't know. We'll see. But we might just stop casting PiGosaur Cup if that's the case. Like in the future. Like it doesn't feel good for the stream to drop every time we cast PiGosaur Cup. So we might decide to do that. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Otherwise, here we go. We are getting into game 2. So far, we do have a safer start here. We have the CC on the high ground. We have our 1-1-1 setup here. ByuN once again opening up double gas. Meanwhile, herO back at home and going for a standard opener, going to his own Twilight Council. Winding it back, we saw that herO, he was looking very rough around the edges last game. The Raven got like 20 kills. It was insane how much damage the Raven was able to achieve previously in that last series, or in that last game. Let's reconnect. Let's go. Okay, OBS should be reconnecting. That should be the last time that the stream goes down. But here we go. We're getting back into our game. Let's go. Once again, I have to double check the YouTube stream. Let's go. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Whew. So from here, we're settling in. We do have our initial 1-1-1 setup here into additional Raxes. We do have ByuN going. We do have our initial 1-1-1 setup here into additional Raxes. We do have ByuN going for his own Widowmine drop here across the map towards the natural. We'll see if herO can keep up. Shall see. Again, getting in position. Widowmine drop comes in, and one of them does borrow. Alas, so we do see that herO does pull away in time. The right shot! No! Oh my god! Massive connection! 7 probes go down! That should not have happened, Papi. 7 workers do fall. herO, he does unfortunately miscalculate here, and with that, ByuN comes out ahead in the early game. As the risk you take, herO losing 7 probes, and now the pressure's on herO. Now the pressure's on the counterattack. Ay. And now the pressure's on herO. Now the pressure's on the counterattack. Okay, sorry, I was just double checking. Just make sure the stream was up. Here we go. herO does have high ground vision. He's headed towards the main. Blinks in, gets the Banshee. Very nice. Banshee's gonna get picked off. Likewise, dives in. Gets a tank. Gets a Metamax. We get some decent big ups here, but alas, ByuN, he's going to be able to react. He will not lose any workers. But he may lose another tank here. One more volley. Can he get it? He can. Very nice damage, but at the end, how much did it cost him here? 3 Stalkers. Worth it. 3 Stalkers with 2 tanks for the Banshee for disruptive production. Nice trades from herO. That's the first time I've seen mines work in years. What do you mean that should not have happened? Sorry, herO pulled in. The reason why that worked, and fun fact, mines they do connect like that at times. Like we've seen them happen even this week, I want to say. But the reason why it works so well is because herO pulled into the Widow Mine to attack it with his probes. herO, he's one of the only players that does this. Most players, they just pull away. They just pull the workers away, but herO, he's one of the few that is aggressive in his defense. He pulls the boys to kill the Widow Mine, and the risk you take is if you don't kill it in time, then the mine shot goes off. So it is a very herO thing. As instead of pulling the probes away from the Widow Mines, he pulls them into the Widow Mine to kill it. Just from here, the Banshee does threaten the main. So if my herO does deflect. But yeah, hopefully that explained to Doom in the chat. I want to say last week it happened to Creator, I think, where Creator, he wasn't paying attention, so the mine shots, they popped off. Now we have the Bay on the way. herO building up to Colossus, but herO is still trying to sustain those losses. I mean, he was able to get some nice counter damage, resetting the tank count. So we have a back and forth. ByuN getting his own 3rd. Again, welcome to Mothership. Mothership is a very large map in the map pool. The bases are more open, is what I will say, and more susceptible to aggression. But it's still a very large map, and this does often favor longer and later games, and that should be favoring herO coming into the mid game if ByuN isn't able to find any damage. We'll see if he can. We're now already working on Vikings, working on Ghosts. They don't kill the mine that deserves to die. I mean, again, here he's one of the few that his reaction to a Widow Mine is to pull in instead of pull away. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So we do have a Zealot runway. At the same time, we have some harass across the map, but herO, he will defend. Getting 9 SCV kills. Very nice damage here out of herO. Getting to 12. Jesus. 12 SCVs going down. We do have another Zealot runway ready here, primed to go into the 3rd. The main army pushes through the center. And we'll see if ByuN can keep up. I'm getting deja vu. We've casted ByuN versus herO on Mothership before. It's infamously so. I think it was like an hour-long game. Oh, not again. As here he has a massive wave of Zealots. Wait for the EMPs. Speaking of EMP, does connect. It connects with the Stalker. Zealots, they trickle in, and ByuN, he will take the fight. He breaks through the Colossus. He's slipping on forward again. That MP was brutal, and here he does not have to be here. No, he rallies in. He rallies into the Colossus. Colossus is thrown away. And here he's falling apart. He's falling apart here, losing both Colossi. Again, there was no need to engage. Este herO. Oh, right, sorry. I have to fix up the score. ByuN is up. Yeah, to take the first game. No more Zealots. Stalkers are falling down as well. Again, a rough trade here for herO, and herO, he is in danger. He's up against the wall. He's got 1 Colossus to defend back at home, and ByuN has momentum. He has momentum. He's still rallying. As reinforcements are soon to arrive. Getting a 2nd starport for more Viking production. ByuN does pull away. Again, he scans, he sees now there are 3 Colossus. So moving in is not going to be easy. This also shows us how large the map is. Because it's so big, it does give herO a lot of time to rebuild his Colossus, to stabilize. So hero's not out of this yet. The downside, of course, is the Viking production. The Viking production, it's getting up. That means Colossus is going to be less effective over time. Nice positioning with the Stalkers. Does run away 2 of the Vikings. Does get 3-4. Oh my god. 4 Vikings get sniped. And here he's holding on. He's holding his own. Still keeping ByuN pinned back. Getting very adventurous with the Colossus. Has to be careful. Yeah, here he commits in. This time the Colossus got a lot of damage done. Once again, they're exposed. He's going to lose 1. He's going to lose 2 Colossus. But this time the ground army has too much. GG gets called here. He breaks through that ground army, and herO ties up the series 1-1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Again, herO had a very questionable initial engagement, pushing into the army and losing everything. But as we mentioned, because the map is so large, it takes a long time to push across the map. herO had time to rebuild. He got his 3 Colossus back up and running, and herO was able to overwhelm, embracing and flexing that greater economy. Remember, herO, he was up in workers. He had a better start when it came to dealing economic damage after killing, what was it? After killing all those SCVs on the low ground, it was what, 12 SCV kills? 12 workers went down. And with that, GG. GG, well played. herO just kept rallying, kept reinforcing, and did break ByuN. And now we're getting into 10,000 feet. We're going from one of the larger maps into a smaller map, a smaller, more condensed map. And this should be favoring ByuN if he wants to be more assertive. We'll see. We shall see. As we're tied up 1-1. Let's go. Here's the most entertaining Protoss, and is even close. Yeah, I would say that. I would agree. Would you agree? Obviously very subjective, but I'd probably lean towards that as well. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of at 10,000 feet, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss himself representing T1. It is a herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Terran player. The red Terran himself representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. Let's go. Let us go. As we're tied up 1-1, we're getting into 10,000 feet. Whew. And once again, this map is a little bit more condensed here. We mentioned this in the MaxPax series, how ByuN, he does have his natural, he has his 3rd and 4th base setup relatively close by, so it is relatively easy to build up on 4 bases on this map and to kind of absorb these blows. MaxPax was overly aggressive and did overextend into ByuN here on 10,000 feet. We'll see if how aggressive herO plans on being himself. We shall see. Just renaming a bunch of stuff, making sure everything is as it should be. Beautiful. Okay. Oh. There you go. Another quirky feature of this map, of course, is you can mine through these mineral patches and expand on the right-hand side at the triangular third. But in this matchup, I feel like usually we do expand towards the Protoss player and towards the center. Typically how ByuN does approach this. Oh, as we're going to be opening up Marauder. Okay, so early tech lab here into the Marauder opener. It was an economic start, but the goal here is to bait herO to be aggressive with his first gateway unit. So he's going to try to bait herO. herO did scout across the map, did confirm the more economic start, and ByuN wants herO to move out with the Adept. He wants the Adept, he wants the Stalker, he wants that early aggression. And ideally, ByuN wants to catch that first gateway unit with his Marauders. Now, we'll see where he positions the Marauders. Typically, we have seen ByuN be successful when it comes to hiding the Marauder here on the left-hand side to bait the Adept further into the expansion. Here we can see he's going to be hiding it further back in the mineral line. As herO, he actually checks for proxies first. checks the third base location before moving out. And here comes the first adept. Behind this, ByuN going 3cc, 3 ranks. Okay, hyper greedy build here by ByuN. He is known for this, going for the very fast 3cc into a 3 ranks follow-up. This has a massive power spike coming into the mid game, but so far herO doesn't take the bait. He doesn't take the bait. He pulls back with the adepts, and he will not lose any units early on. So safe play out of herO, and this gamble, this gambit here from ByuN did not pay off. Did not pay off. But again, behind this is being greedy, going for that 3cc. Once again, when it comes to this build has a really big power spike once the third base gets up and running. So with a faster 3cc, ByuN is going to be making 3 SCVs at a time. He'll be saturating that natural as quickly as possible and saturating his third base as quickly as possible as well. The pressure is going to be on herO to either meet the greed of ByuN and be greedy himself as a response, or punish the greed of ByuN and contain ByuN on 2 bases. So it's going to be one of 2. If ByuN is freely able to get his third base up and running, then he'll be able to reach a higher supply earlier than normal and then have a really strong timing in that mid game. And currently herO is playing blind. herO is going for his hallucination scouts. We'll see if he can confirm. Hallucination attempts to go in, does get eyes on the second ranks, gets eyes on the eBay, and confirms to see. Yeah, he sees everything. He sees everything in the main base. herO now is fully aware of the build. He's fully aware of the 3cc 3 rank setup. herO knows, and herO responds to his own third base. His own third base, Forge as well. He was going 3 Blink, a very safe opener. So I would say coming out of this, he was going 3 Blink, but before his Robo he expands. So he does cut some corners. No Robo, no Observer. herO is cutting corners here, which is necessary against what ByuN is doing. ByuN does him. Blink's on cooldown, he gets 1. Gets 1. Oh, just the 1. But nice punish there by ByuN. Punishing the blink of herO. Bearing in mind that there are no medevacs, so every stim does hurt, true. Remember, 0 medevacs here, 0 starport for ByuN. The factory is still on the way. So ByuN playing with fire. Doesn't stim forward. hero's being forced back, but he does have a shield battery. And has ByuN overextended. There's the stim, he gets 1 stalker, but he bleeds out so many marines. A crazy blink here out of herO. Blinks forward, bleeds out 2 more stalkers, but he will clean this up. Oh, losing another stalker towards the end. But here he shuts down the army. Looking at the losses, that was 7 marauders going down for 7 stalkers. A 1-to-1 trade, but plus all those marines. And without those marauders, how do you defend the third? Get down to 3 marauders. Here is reinforcing, 4th base behind this. And here he wants that 3rd CC. He wants that mineral line. Oh, gets a mule. Yeah, fresh mule as well. Still pushing in. Catching out 2 more marauders. And again, here he's not stopping, not slowing down. Charge is complete. Here he still wants to break this position. Oh no! Does check off the ramp. Does take a little hits to the face. But there it goes. Dying with the marauders. You have to pull the boys. Boys are being pulled. Here does target down 1 of the marauders. He gets 2. Not enough. Not enough stalkers here. Down to 3 stalkers. That ByuN he will hold. It's not a clean defense though, because even though ByuN survives 18 dead SCVs, he'll lose the mineral line, and here has done it. Here he has done it. He has broken ByuN. Remember, the purpose of this build is to get a fast 3rd base and a fast 3rd base economy, but he fails to maintain it. ByuN, he fails to defend against it, fails to preserve it, and with that, herO has broken ByuN. As hero's just waiting for an extra warp in. Ideally, he wants to lure the army out into the open. We have some SimCity here with the bunker. We have the Academy on the way. Let's go. Academy is denied. We have a massive wave of charges diving in. And it gets into the mineral line, takes down the first wave of Marauders. And again, there should be no defending against. I mean, that nice Sim City here, nice movement behind the minerals. Zealous are dropping out. Having a hard time engaging. Once again, that's going to be another dead 13 SCVs. And we're still rallying. Yeah, we're still rallying in. Down to one Stalker. Again, ByuN, he's trading as best he can here, but it's still an uphill battle. Like, he's still trading too much. He's still losing too much. He will lose control of the third. Here is still just warping in. Just non-stop warpings of Stalkers, sorry, of Zealots. And again, this was a messy fight at the third, but herO was far enough ahead where it didn't matter, right? He was just far enough ahead. He could fight poorly and still win. And still do crippling damage. So he does get on top of the Marauders. Picking up 2 more Marauders. Once again, nice Sim City here by ByuN, pulling back into our choke points. So again, ByuN, he's fighting as hard as he can. He's trading as efficiently as possible, but it's still not enough. As Storm is done. Oh, the mine shots. We get some decent mine connections. Another Widow Mine behind this. Oh my god. Brutal mine shots. High Templar overextend. Only one Storm. Again, a messy fight here from herO. Very messy. But he still kills 29 SCVs. Like, that's all that really matters here. He still kills 31 SCVs. Oh my god. Still cripples the economy. And we just keep doing this. We just keep warping in. The warp-ins continue. Oof. Yeah, nice mine shots. Nice mine connection. The storms are coming in. Oof. Storms a zone away. Zealous catch reinforcements. Once again, still better trades for herO. And ByuN, who loses another 13 dead SCVs. He's down to half the working out behind this 5th base. Here he's got his 4th up and running. Now he's got a 5th base. Now he's got a 6th expansion on the way. Here looking very comfortable. The one thing that could hurt him is his lack of production. He's getting more gateways as we speak. But as long as herO doesn't overextend too much, he should be fine. And once again, Storm in the mineral line. Oh god, the blanket storms on the SCVs. Kills everything. Reacts feel so bad these days. I mean, we've seen them work. Yeah. Bearing in mind that it is not just because herO scouted. One, ByuN almost denied the scouts, but he barely did not. GG gets called as herO breaks the natural base. I mean, he broke the 3rd earlier, and herO takes a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. It isn't just that ByuN got scouted, but it's also that herO was able to scout that on 10,000 feet. The map plays a part. Specifically, that center expansion is more vulnerable, is more exposed, as it is a backward base facing towards you, towards the opponent, so it's easier to get into the mineral line, easier to punish that expansion. So the map does come into play as well when it comes to how ByuN was trying to set up instead of expanding away from herO, for example. So despite ByuN trying to hold his own, he was just losing so many workers, and as it is more difficult to maintain that position that early on 10,000 feet. Like, there's a reason why this is a more aggressive map, of course. But we still do see them, and we still do see them be successful as well. Don't get baited in the chat. Be careful. But here we go. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom right hand, sorry, top right hand corner here of White Rabbits, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player, the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. That center third base is even juicier in TBT. It is, it is. That center base can be very difficult to defend. But here we go. Kind of hoping herO wins this for the TVP finals. I mean, regardless of who wins, it's going to be a TVP finals. Remember, Clem does not play TBT. Like he will switch to Protoss against ByuN if ByuN makes it to the finals. So you get what you want regardless. As ByuN is going CC first. Let's go. CC first out of ByuN. I mean, welcome to White Rabbits. White Rabbits, I believe, is the largest map in the map pool. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it is larger than Winter Madness, if I'm not mistaken. But I'd have to get the numbers on that. But regardless, this is one of the larger maps in the map pool, either top 1 or top 2. With that, we are being quite greedy here, going for the faster command center. It's going to still be on the high ground, so there's some safetyness behind this, of course. But regardless, we do see ByuN cutting corners. Let's go. Let us go. Mothership is yes, Mothership is also very big. It's true. In general, a lot of the maps this season are very large. Very, very large. Thinking of Celestial Enclave, thinking of Tidal Citadel, Mothership, White Rabbits, Winter Madness. A lot of big maps. As herO is setting up for the proxy. Let's go. Now herO, he has not scattered, so 0 scatting out of herO. He is setting up for his proxy across the map. Cybercore is now done, and we're going proxy Stargate. This is a build that herO does like to mix in. We see this a lot in his matches against Clem. We saw this in his series against Maru as well over the weekend in RSL. Some he does like to mix in. With this should be proxy Oracle. Oracles to get into the mineral lines to get some economic damage done. Here we go. Here we go. Setting up. As the Oracle's on the way. ByuN, likewise, just like herO, ByuN has 0 scouting information as well. Like, it's very rare for ByuN to go for SCV scouts. So no SCV scout, of course, no Reaper scout because of the CC first. So we're playing blind. Really, both players are. Both players are playing as blind as possible. The Oracle is soon going to hit the bases here of ByuN. ByuN does have a Cyclone on the way, thankfully. Does have a Cyclone in production. It's on the way. And so far it gets in, gets 1 SCV, heading into the main base. The Cyclone is in position, and with that, ByuN will hold. ByuN will hold. The Oracle's going to be thrown away here. 3, 4 SCVs. Not the best trade here for herO. He does not have a second Oracle in production. Gets some damage, but it gets shut down. And this will slow herO down. Bearing in mind, this isn't just about economic damage, this is also about delaying the tech. herO's Twilight Council is very delayed, his upgrade likewise heavily delayed as well. So better start for ByuN. He not only gets away with the CC first, but he only takes 4 losses. Bearing in mind that means even less because of the faster CC. So ByuN comes out ahead in the early game. He does get away with his base, he does defend, and with that he's building up in towards the mid game. We'll see where ByuN takes us from here. He's got the eBay on the way, he's building up his 2-rack setup, building up his tanks, and we'll see if herO goes into Blink or into Charge. We have the answer, Blink. Blink is on the way. You can see herO is in position to defend against any kind of drop play, any kind of harassment. Remember, herO, he did not see the production setup. He is not aware whether or not there's Banshees on the way, or Cyclone drop, for example, as well. So herO, he's ready for something that isn't coming his way. He's back at home. Yo, Miro, can we stop crying in the chat? Jesus. Unfortunately, Miro, he's very heavily biased in how he speaks. I'm sure Miro is aware, is self-aware. I'm pretty sure some of the only times that Miro speaks up in the chat is to talk about TVP. Ay. Watch yourself. Go to Reddit, Pappy. Go to Reddit. Oh, thank you, Ogia. Thanks for all the hard work in the class. Thank you, Pappy. Thank you. Do appreciate the support. Do appreciate it. We appreciate it, Pappy. ByuN is building up for his move out. Yeah, catching up some stalkers. One stalker does go down. herO did actually rebuild another Oracle. Does spot this. Do I have my moments? You haven't had any moments here, unfortunately. I'm more than happy to time you out if that continues. As ByuN's being active, bearing in mind that this is a very open area as well. Charge is not yet done. As ByuN is committing behind this, getting a third CC. Does have the high ground. Of course, here just buying time, waiting for charge, finishing up in 5 seconds. Catching reinforcements. Not bad. ByuN, it's going to be a one-way trip. He's going to get surrounded. There are zealots everywhere. Yeah, zealots are coming from behind, from the back as well. Tanks will fall, and ByuN gets completely swallowed up. Ay. Yeah, he'll lose all the tanks, gets owned away, and herO holds. herO holds, he defends. Again, ByuN was building up quite nicely, but that doesn't mean that we can move out across the map. My assumption would be to just defend, turtle up, get a third base, build up in towards the mid game, but alas, ByuN is going to be shut down. He tries to escape, but Stalker's in position. Ooh, getting one, getting two. Two full Medivacs as well. Does shut down the Medivacs, and from here he can just keep pushing. He can't just keep pushing. The one thing holding him back, no Prism, no Proxy Gateway, no Warpins. But ByuN is contained. And behind this, herO can expand. 4th base is on the way. 5th base behind this, we have a Bay, Forge as well. We are building up. And we got a tough road to recovery here for ByuN. We're backing up, we're getting a third base, but this is after he lost all of his tanks, right? After he lost his army. So herO is very comfortable. He's getting comfortable. He has to be careful though. And once again, he pokes in. Behind this building of Colossus. Dark Shrine is on the way for DTs. There's no need to overextend. I say that. The herO is always tempted to. He's every fiber in his being is like, I want to just ape in, Pappy. I just want to attack. Just calm down, Pappy. Calm down. Just back off, max out, take more bases. And I would say that ideally herO waits for ByuN to take a fourth, to attempt to take a fourth base. Now poking in. Looking for Widowmine wherever he can. Gets a Viking, gets one, gets two. Miscontrol there by ByuN. There's away two Vikings, but he does pick up a decent chunk of Zealots. Skirra pulls away. Again, in a head-on fight, ByuN does have a comparable army. Getting a second starport into more Vikings. And we'll see if ByuN can recover. I mean, hey, he picked up some Zealots. He's working towards his fourth base. If given enough time, he can turtle up on 4 bases and max. ByuN trades well once again against the charge lots. Behind this, no Storm. Colossus just now arriving. I say just now, we have 4 Colossus. Oh my god. The Colossi moving in. Better concave here by ByuN. Oh my god, shuts down the charge lots. Once again, here we're trying to take a head-on fight up a ramp. And ByuN has been out trading. Yeah, trades. Working on his fourth base. We've seen this before from herO. Where he knows that he was ahead and he wants to end the game. But as a result, does give ByuN the opportunity to recover. EMPs do graze the army. Decent EMPs. Kites back. Choke point working against the charge slots. A lot of Zealots going down. The Viking count is still quite low though. Needs more Vikings. Oh, and ByuN trying to collapse in from behind. Yeah, coming in for a flank. There are no Zealots. And he can break through. Yeah, he can stim on in. We have more Zealots coming in from behind just in time. And herO, can he take it? With the charge slots he can. Yeah, he can take the fight. Takes out most of the Vikings. 30 SCVs going down. And that was a better trade for herO. Barely towards the end. Again, the late warpins are hurting. It's hurting herO. So he tries to break through down to 1 Colossus. Yeah, down to 1. Once again, he bleeds out more Zealots. He cannot keep pushing. And this entire time, ByuN gets a 4th. His 4th base is getting up. Getting saturated. We spoke about this previously, but White Rabbit does have a very spread out kind of expansion pattern. It's a very, very isolated 4th base. Very spread out. So if herO starts going for counterattacks and run-bys, it's going to be quite difficult for ByuN to keep up. So ByuN is focusing on the... Sorry, herO is focusing on the main push. No Zealot counterattacks. Oh, the Colossus! Miss Rally! Yeah, rallies into the army. 2 Colossus go down for free. At the same time, ByuN gets caught out. So we have a back and forth. herO, be careful. And there it is. Here comes a counterattack. Not a Zealot run by, a DT run by instead. He's going for the expansion. ByuN, he will catch this army. He swallows up the Colossus. herO will lose everything here, but at the same time, he takes down the mineral line, takes down the CC. Likewise, 27 SCVs going down. And GG gets called. GG gets called. ByuN, he has no economy. And herO, he will take the series 3-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. herO, he will claim the series. He will advance on. Shout out to ByuN though, because ByuN did fight hard to make it this far. Remember, ByuN took down MaxPax in the quarterfinals to make it to the semis. He had a really good showing against a more standard, a more defensive Protoss player. But here against herO, against someone that's more chaotic, I mean, herO was able to come out on top. We saw a lot more aggression out of herO, at times even overextending. referring to the game on Mothership, referring to the game here as well on White Rabbit, where he would often take some worse fights, some inefficient fights, but he could get away with it because he had map control, right? So he was under no threat of a counterattack. There was nothing threatening his bases, his economy, his mineral line. I will say that we did have a back and forth here, but everything swung in favor of herO once we saw ByuN push, once he moved that across the map with his 3 tanks. It was that moment where ByuN, he got surrounded, he lost all of his tanks, he lost 2 full medevacs as well, and he lost map control. Any kind of presence he had. Imagine this game where he was more defensive early on, where he didn't push out, was able to maintain that lead, get a faster 3rd, a faster 4th base, and a stronger mid to late game. But GG well played with that herO. He punished the move out, he was able to gain momentum early on, and herO does advance on, and now we're getting ready for the grand finals. Exclamation mark be in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves. I believe the players are getting ready as Clem did take down Solar 3-0 in their best of 5, and now we have Clem versus herO about to face off. herO, of course, he is the most recent RSL champion. herO did take down Maru in the best of 7, and then in the best of 3 after. It was very intense, non-stop ace matches. We had an amazing time over the weekend covering and casting RSL, so I do recommend the VODs. I do recommend checking that out. So we did cover RSL. Oh. But now we're getting ready for the final series of the broadcast. Here we go, Clem and herO. Kind of sad we didn't get to see more Solar. Solar's Zerk has been on fire recently. Kind of. Solar's ZVP has been looking decent. I don't know if you've noticed when it comes to the brackets and when it comes to the games, when it comes to Solar's success, a lot of it has been heavily reliant on ZVP. He's been struggling in ZVT against players like ByuN, against Cure, against Clem. It's specifically against Protoss that he's been having more success. And if you've been watching those games, it's been specifically all-ins. We spoke about this before, but the map pool does favor all-ins, does favor 3-base all-ins specifically in ZVP. The 3rd and 4th bases are a lot more open in the majority of these maps. Not all of them. I would say that Winter Madness is more defensive, for example. Winter Madness is like an example of more defensive maps, same with White Rabbit, but outside of those 2 maps are a lot more open, a lot more exposed, and we've been seeing non-stop all-ins out of Solar. Non-stop all-ins. Generally think Solar's in some of the best form he's ever been in IMO. I don't think I would agree with that. I think that Solar's form post DreamHack Dallas GSL, I think that was a crazy Solar. That was, if you remember, that was the series, that was the season where Solar beat Maru, where he hard countered the 8 Raxes. Like, it was crazy seeing Solar like in ZVT. He was so well prepared in that series. He hard countered the 8 Rax and he hard countered the mech out of Maru as well. It's insane. Win is a win. True, it is. But I would say the meta for ZVP is currently like still forming. I would say it's still in flux. But here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the French Terran player. We have the French Terran player himself. We have the red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player. We have the South Green Protoss representing T1. It is herO. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series as we get into RPVT. Let's go. Let us go. So we are setting up. We are settling in. And again, welcome to 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet is typically one of the more aggressive maps in the map pool. And where are we going? Let's go as herO. He's setting up for what looks to be a proxy pylon and a proxy setup here on the left-hand side. The pylon has been thrown down, and Clem does open up double gas. So double gas open out of Clem, faster factory, a safer build out of our Terran player. But will he check the 3rd base location? The problem here on 10,000 feet is it is awkward to check this 3rd location because of the mineral wall, right? You have to go out and then back around, and I'll be honest, it is common here for Terran players to skip scouting in this location. We'll see if Clem is one to do so as well. As we have our 2nd gateway being set up. So 2 gate opener out of herO, and we'll see if Clem does check. For now, he is rallied to his natural, and we'll see if he checks the 3rd. Michael, didn't know they got back into StarCraft. Yes, yes. T1 did pick up herO. This was a couple of months ago. If I remember correctly, it was just before Maestros of the Game. Maestros of the Game was a big event happening in France. So just before that event, T1 picked up herO. We spoke about it during the podcast, but it was really a really momentous occasion to see a big Korean esports team get a StarCraft player again after so long. Right, ever since Kespa pulled out, it's like we haven't had much, if any, Korean support, but times have been changing in regards to the Chijik platform, in regards to streamers, in regards to content around StarCraft and StarCraft Evolution as well, to be fair. With the rise in importance of EWC and with StarCraft being a part of that, I mean, it's good to see Korean support once again, not just from the Korean scene, but from like Korean teams. But regardless, it does feel weird though. It feels weird for CJ herO to be on SKT. Like like as an old school fan of StarCraft from Pro League days, like that feels weird. Like it doesn't feel right. It's like, what is happening right now? Like it's like what timeline are we in? As now here he does delay the low ground, takes down the Reaper. Thankfully there was a CC on the high ground. Regardless for Clem, he was able to scout, confirm the gateway. So a very safe setup here with the bunker. He's got a Cyclone, will eventually break out. Behind this, herO following up with a Stargate. Oh my god, okay. herO, we got some builds. He's crazy. Going for the Stargate follow-up. I mentioned this earlier, but this is commonly seen on larger maps. To see this on 10,000 feet is very risky. Very risky. Opening up Stargate does leave you vulnerable to 2-base all-ins, to hyper-aggressive builds. But thankfully, because of the opener, Clem has not moved out. He just lost the Reaper, right? The Reaper just went down, so lack of scouting from Clem. Clem, he has no idea what's going on, and this gives herO the opportunity to bank up his Phoenixes. And you can see he is, right? He's just building up his Phoenixes back at home. And ideally, the revelation of the Phoenixes is a surprise. As we... Wait, what? Did Clem just target fire his own Cyclone? Did that just happen? As the Phoenixes, they dive in, they do catch the tank. Again, there's no Cyclone, not anymore. So my brain just short-circuited when I saw that. Yeah, we're diving in. Boys are being pulled, tank gets lifted, and SCVs are going to be going down. Nice target firing out of herO, going for the Marines. It does focus on the Marines. The tank gets mass surrounded, it gets mass healed. Does repair in time, and Clem holds. And Clem, he's going to hold on. That could have been disastrous. Again, the tank barely survived thanks to the mass repair. And the game continues. That could have been game, by the way. That could have been game then and there. Whew. But Clem holds. Ooh, we'll lose the Viking. herO getting whatever he can, and thanks to the early game here, he's containing Clem, right? The goal here is to contain while herO expands. Clem, he wants to push. I mean, hey, he was able to preserve that tank. herO cannot quite engage. There's too many Marines. But at least ensures there's no reinforcements. And Clem pulls back. Gets spotted. herO catches a Marine. Gets one. Gets two. Two Marines. Clem, he races back home to defend. And herO, he is going to safely expand. So they're basically leading up. We have Glaives on the... Okay. Yo, it's early legacy again, Pappy. Let's go. Going into Glaive and Eps. I'm ready. Take us on a trip, Pappy. Take... So we have Mass Gateway with +1. And herO, I mean, okay, very quickly here, this does not scale well, right? This does not scale well into a longer game. herO, he should be hyper committed here going into mass glaives. The problem here is delays blink, it delays charge, it delays any splash damage, any further attack. So this is very committed here from herO. Stim is finishing up. herO being as annoying as possible. Oh. Here come the adepts. They're building up as we speak. And Clem doesn't know what he's moving into. Doesn't know what's waiting for him, Pappy. He's pushing. Again, here he has eyes on this. We'll bring in more adepts. Still lacking gas. He gets spotted. Here he comes. we have to pick up. We get the hell out of here. Clem lifts. Tries to escape. Widowmines will burrow. But again, nice scouting out of Clem. He does see it coming ahead of time, and he gets the hell out of here. He races back home. Here he wanted to catch the army in the center of the map. He fails to do so. Does fail to catch, and now we're set up back at home. We have SimCity, depots, CC, Widowmines as well. I don't see herO breaking this. herO's in a rough position. He was meant to engage, he was meant to fight. Oh, he's committing. He's not stopping. He's not stopping, Pappy. Oh no. Again, there are 4 Widowmines. He commits. He shades the mine shots. Oh my god. Widowmines connect. Phoenixes go down. And he cannot break this. Yeah, herO, he cannot break this. He's being forced back. He's being outscaled. We did mention this earlier, but going into glaives does set herO behind. Now he's building up into charge. And these glaive adepts were not worth it. They were not worth it. Again, just to bring it back here, herO, he wanted to engage in the center of the map. He wanted to fight out in the open. But as soon as Clem realized what was happening, he got the hell out of there. He pulled out. It does force a bit of friendly fire. A little bit. Did we open predictions, by the way? Okay, we did. Wasn't sure. Whew. Okay, let's go. Yeah, as Clem, he can just move out. He can just aim move at this point. There's nothing to stop him. Remember, there's no splash damage. Adepts are trying to buy some time. They're getting caught out. And Clem, he's snowballing out of control, takes down every single adept. Again, a crazy build here by herO, and you can see a world where it could have worked, of course, if Clem didn't scout, if he wasn't aware, if he didn't have that foresight ahead of time. Charge is now done. Cuts back into the Widowmines. That's a lot of mine shots going off, and that's all the zealots going down. Yeah, Clem has done it. Sims on forward. And with that, our Terran player Clem is looking to take a lead in the series, is looking to take the first game. The boys are being fooled. Let's go. herO pulls the boys. GG gets called, and Clem takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. herO having fun here in game 1. It was crazy. Remember, it began with a proxy gateway into Stargate, into hidden Phoenixes, into hidden glaive adepts. It was a crazy build, a crazy setup, and we can see a world where that could have worked. I mean, even initially before the glaive adepts, herO, he almost broke the natural with his Phoenixes, with his early push, with his early timing, but we saw the mass repair from Clem, saved the tank, preserved it. With that, Clem, he barely held on, and on top of that, Clem did scout the glaive adepts. He was able to stim and marine ahead of time. He saw the adepts. As soon as he saw the adepts, bam, he picked up the tanks. He boosted the hell out of there. He pulled out and made it back home. Did make it back home in time. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game 2. We're loading into Winter Madness. Let's go. Here we go. Let him cook. Yes. See, Pappy, see. Didn't work out in the end, but I can see that working for sure. And here we go. Here we go. We're now getting into game number 2. Bearing in mind there's still a best of 5, still plenty more games ahead of us, but we'll see who extends, or if our Terran player here can extend his lead, or if we can tie things up. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we do have the French Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player, the South Green Protoss representing T1. It is herO. Here we go. Here we go. And a big shout out to Let Me Play With Your Kitties in the chat. God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing for 19 months as herO proxies in the natural. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. But thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime. We do appreciate the support as always. Thank you, Papa. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the casting. I hope you enjoy the StarCraft. Hope you enjoy the channel. Thank you, Papa. Thank you. Thanks for casting. You're welcome, Papa. You're welcome. Clem pulled that game is too strong. He did. He was so fast. It's crazy. Here we go. herO sets up on the low ground. He's got his 2 gateways in the mineral line, or behind the mineral line. Meanwhile, Clem once again, double gas, faster factory, delayed CC. Going for a safer build, a safer start. I don't blame herO for going for this. I believe the plan, because we're on Winter Madness, because this is one of the larger maps in the map pool, herO was hoping that Clem would go for an economic start and then herO could punish, but Clem is going for a safer build instead. He's going for the faster factory, so now suddenly there's less of a chance for this to actually work and actually get damage done and actually gain value. As we have our 2 zealots on the way. So big gamble here from herO. So far not really paying off, but we'll see if we can catch any stray units. We shall see. So banking up the zealots. Clem, he moves down to low ground to expand. Low ground TC, okay. Here he can force a cancel. So herO can force a cancel. He will at least achieve that. Stalkers are being chronoed. Zealots move in. And the Reaper now confirms. Zealots are working on that depot. Stalkers, they make their way up the ramp as well. They will delay the CC, and what the goal here is to break through. Oh, so his way the Reaper. Hellion has arrived. Yeah, as more boys are being pulled, and with that, Clem should hold on. Surrounds the zealots. And does get the surround up. Hellion got focused down. But herO has control of the low ground. Has control of the low ground here. Doesn't quite get the Reaper. Picks up 5 more SCVs. Bunker completes. Ooh, gets a Stalker. That should not have happened. herO did overextend. There's a cancellation. As we mentioned, that was the least amount of damage he was hoping for, is to cancel the CC. But he doesn't just get that, he gets 5 SCVs. 5 SCVs, kills a Hellion, cancels the base, and contains Clem on 1 expansion. Back at home, takes his own base. herO's naturals on the way. Working his natural, the depot is going to go down. No repairs. Nice pick up. Takes down the depot, does scout the tech lab. And now going for the second depot. Depot's taking a lot of hits, a lot of damage. And the depot is going to go down. Oof. Picks off both depots. Oh no! herO will lose another Stalker. Nice force field, zoning back the Cyclone. But Clem will break out. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a bit of miscontrol here. herO, he does not pull out of range of the Cyclone. So a little bit messy towards the end. But herO, he should be able to maintain himself. Warp gate is done and he can warp in defensively. So as the dust settles, I do give the edge to herO. herO, he's on 2 bases, has a better economy. Clem just now begins his own CC on the high ground, so a very late expansion. Clem is getting a second Cyclone, and with 2 Cyclones, he has potential to harass to get across the map. I see in the YouTube chat, is this really live? Yes, this is live. We only have live casts unless otherwise specified in the title of the stream. So there are days where we do have replay casts, and if that's the case, then it will say replay cast. Just as a heads up. For example, tonight we do have a replay cast of the What Is EV Monday, for example. That'll be replays. As here he does maintain the high ground, zones away the cyclones. So now we're building up, working towards Stim and regaining control of the natural. Likewise, herO should be getting his own third base as well. And we do have a bit of a lull here. After a very intense early game, we're calming things down coming into the mid game. We're building up. As herO doesn't expand, he's got 5 more gates on the way. Yeah, very late third. herO's out with the prism. He's gonna have a 7 gate setup on 2 bases. And herO's pushing. Yeah, herO's moving out. Again, here he chose not to expand. herO wants to end the game. And to be fair, there is an opening. Look at the Sim City. There is none. No depots, no bunkers, no nothing. This position is so vulnerable here to charge lots. And herO, he's going for the kill. Yeah, the Observer confirms. Observer gets spotted. But again, herO, he saw just how open this base is. Clem is wide open, baby. Here it comes. herO supply blocked. Oh, that should not have happened. No! herO supply blocked. He can't warp in. Not like this. This is not the time, Bobby. Not the time. So less zealous than he should have. Despite that he breaks through and the tanks are still exposed. It doesn't matter. Yeah, the tanks will be the first things to go down. Gets into the mineral line. Yo, gets a 5 block against Clem, still bring him down, Bobby. True. Breaks into the main base. Boys are being pulled. Clem is getting desperate. Clem may barely hold on here, but we have more reinforcements coming in. GG gets called, and herO ties up the series 1-1. GG. Whew, GG, well played. herO does tie things up. Winding it back again, herO, he achieves so much damage with the early proxy by canceling the base, getting 5 SCVs, and containing Clem on 1 expansion for as long as possible. From there, herO could have gone into a macro game, could have taken his 3rd base, but he chose not to. He went up to 7 gates. 7 gates back at home, went into mass charge lots, and herO confirmed, of course, at the time with the Observer, that there was 0 SimCity at the natural base. Because of the early damage, Clem was cutting corners, and Clem was wide open for charge lots. GG. GG, well played. We're tied up 1-1, and we're going to game number 3. Bearing in mind, this is a best of 5. Best of 5, so we have plenty more games ahead of us. This is to determine who takes a lead in the series coming in towards game 4. Let's go. Let us go. Here we go. Are loading in and spawning in the top right hand corner of White Rabbits. We have the French Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Liquid being forced into a died series. We'll see if we can bring it back. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner. Bottom left hand corner, we have once again, hello. Once again, moving out with the probe, we have the South Korean Protoss, the blue Protoss for T1, tying up the series. It is a herO. And here comes the second probe. Not as adventurous as a proxy behind the mineral line, but still a proxy nonetheless, to rally, to reinforce, and to send it across the map. And we'll see if he can punish a more greedy Terran player. Oh boy. Last game, Clem did go for a double gas opener. This time, eyes are on Clem. Oh wait, does he scout? He does. Clem, he scouts. He sees the gateway in the center of the map. Clem knows. Unfortunately, the gateway was dead set in the center, so Clem, he does get a full scout, eBay block on the low ground, and we should see a high ground setup for Clem, not low ground. Yeah, single gas, so it racks into CC. But he should go for a safe expansion instead in his own main. And Clem should come out ahead. Should come out ahead here. Zelt's being chronoed. herO, I believe he has zero vision of the eBay. Oof. And yeah, the Zelt's rallied across the map. This eBay is going to be untouched. Bunker on the high ground. Probe runs into a full wall. The probe sees the bunker. That tells herO that he's been scouted. herO, he wants to expand, but alas, there's an eBay in the way. Yeah, forced to expand elsewhere. We can see that Clem, he's at the triangular location. herO, he expands forward. I mean, hey, he's got the gateway, true. Goes for the forward base as a natural. This is a crazy choice here, but I mean, sure, he's got the gateway. I mean, he knows he's not going to be blocked here. A very exposed expansion. Let's go. Again, we're getting very chaotic. Clem does go for a safety factory first before CC, so he has a delayed expansion. I believe some of the rationale for this is that Clem, he has not scouted. So Clem is looking. Clem, he knows that there's no natural. He checks the third. He checks the other third location. Clem, he's a little bit terrified of an all-in. That's why he delays the CC when really there's just an expansion on the way, and Clem has no confirmation. Yeah, so Clem, he overreacts. He does rotate with the SCV, and he doesn't see. No, he doesn't see. So Clem is setting up at home, going for his 1-1-1. Reaper is spotted. And Clem, it looks like he will finally get eyes on the Nexus. Maybe? No. he keeps checking. He keeps checking the linear third location. I don't blame him. Like, what kind of madman will take the center base? True. This kind of madman. He sees what's the probes. Yeah, he sees. Ace what's the probes. Finally, he confirms. It's like, oh, you just expanded this entire time. And as a result, Clem has had a bit of a lackluster follow-up here. He's been playing safer than he needed to, basically. As he was terrified there was an all-in coming. Speaking of, we have a Dark Shrine follow-up. Let's go. But again, a lot of mind games here in game 3. Oh, the mind game's back. It's crazy. Clem does move out again. There's a lot of pressure on Clem to do some damage here to the mineral line. We do have herO on the other side of the wall. Clem, where are we dropping?
Add-on complete.
It does go straight for the mineral line. There's a shield battery in position. herO is not. Oh, the mine shot. Widowmine does on borrow. Catches a Stalker. Not bad. 3 probes and a Stalker. Not bad here from Clem. Takes his natural. And herO's going charge first alongside the DTs. Now, a couple of things. Because Clem's base is so delayed, he has incentive to just mule. To mule as hard as he can. So here comes the Dark Templar. Currently, there's no skin available. But there's about to be. I sees. Yeah, he does notice. In a couple of seconds, there it is. 1 scan is available in the main. Scans are natural. SCVs are going down. And that was the only scan. Okay, now he has a second. Second scan is now available here. 5 SCVs for 2 DTs. It's okay damage. But Clem holds. As we have a third Dark Templar moving out. There are 0 scans available, but the eBay just finished, and we should be seeing some turrets. And you can see that Clem, he just abandons the natural. He knows. He knows he cannot defend the natural. There's nothing here. Does fully wall up. And Clem is stuck on a 1 base economy. herO getting his third. Tower's almost done. Another Dark Templar on the low ground. Yeah, we have a Raven on the way. Turret does cover some of the mineral line. Raven pops out. But again, herO wants Clem to push. Remember, what is herO going for? He's not going for Blink. He just finished Charge. Charge is done. And, oh god, are we pulling the boys? Yeah, we pull the boys! 2 base all in here by Clem. herO with Charge, that's gonna excel here, but does he have enough Zealots? Like, this is a massive army, and herO barely has anything. Yeah, I don't think Clem will be stopped. He cannot be stopped here. The supply just is not there for herO. Army's revealed. herO dives in, but there are just so many Marines, even without the tanks. And Clemmy's doing it. Mirror dives in. Shield Barry puts in a lot of work. But man with gun is pretty good. And down goes the natural. The natural falls. herO is trying to build up. There's a scan. herO needs more warpins. How many gateways is he on? 6. On 6 gateways. Gets another Marine, gets another SCV. herO being very meticulous here with the Stalkers. Gets a Raven! Raven goes down as well. Nice pickoff. That means he can go for DTs to defend. Means he can warp in Dark Templar. Zealots are coming from behind, getting on top of the tanks. Tanks are exposed. Gets 1, gets 2, should get all 3 tanks. And herO holds. No shot herO. He should defend. He will. The Liberator goes down, cleans up the army, and yes, Clem, he killed 1 base, but herO still on a 2-base economy, and Clem had to pull the boys. Uh-oh. Again, just really patient play by herO. He lost the expansion, but he may still win the game. Now, we did have to cancel Blink. Remember, Blink was in production earlier, but Blink was cancelled to pull off that defense. So he has to restart Blink. 3rd base is being taken. Clemmy's ready back at home. And the game continues. The game will continue here. Again, Clem, he was so close to breaking herO, but again, herO, he was very patient, very patient. Clem pokes in. Once again, herO's keeping up. He's keeping up with the drops. Clem is now aware, of course, that the 3rd base is getting saturated. He's got his own 3rd CC on the way. So Clem is building up into the mid-game. Building up into the mid-game. At the same time, herO, he wants that medevac. Oh no! Oh, he spots it. He does spot it. Even without Blink, shuts it down. A massive pickoff. Yo, we have Shadow Stride on the way. Let's go. I mean, hey, there is a turret in between the bases, at least. But there is going to be potential for herO. herO, he can have fun. herO does reinforce. Once again, the low ground is exposed. He has high ground vision. He blinks in. He gets 1 tank. Yeah, 1 tank goes down, going for the other. You can see that Clem is out of position. He's racing back into his own bases. Oof. As the tanks do fall, Zealots are wreaking havoc in the mineral line as well. GG gets called, and herO, he will take a lead in the series 2-1. GG. Aye, aye, aye. GG, well played. A very chaotic game here. Remember, Clem, he was able to shut down, and I would say came out ahead in the early game when he was able to throw down his eBay, block the expansion, and get eyes on the proxy. But if you remember, Clem set himself behind. Clem, he believed that there was an all-in coming, didn't realize that herO had expanded. herO, he went for the forward expansion, a crazy base to take, went for the forward base. Clem, he just kept rechecking the 3rd locations. He failed to scout. He was keeping himself on 1 base that much longer, and in the end, he was in a really rough position. He was, as a result, DTs hit the field. DTs are able to get some more damage as well. Clem, he committed to the 2-base all-in, and honestly, the game almost ended. The game almost ended then and there. Clem, he had a massive army, but herO bought time. The base bought enough time here. He pulled back, he pulled away. He was very, very meticulous with his stalkers, very meticulous with his army, just picking away whatever he could, buying as much time as possible for more weapons, for more zealots. GG. GG, well played. Whew, a very, very intense game there, and not an easy one for herO, but he does come out on top, and now we're getting to game number 4, and we'll see if herO can end it here and now, or if Clem can force the ace match. Let's go. But a very chaotic game. And spawning in the right-hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the French Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Liquid down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player. The blue Protoss. We have the South Green Protoss representing T1. It is herO. Here we go. So we are getting into game number 3. Welcome to Tourmaline. Tourmaline is one of the more aggressive maps in the map pool. Has a very open natural and an open third base. This is a map where I would say that if Clem were to go for a 2-base all-in, that would be favored here on Tourmaline. And we'll see what he goes for. We'll see how we open up. For the first time in a couple of games here, no proxy. No proxy out of herO. Gateways back at home. We're settling in. If you remember, even on 10,000 feet, herO went for the proxy gateway at the 3rd location, if you recall. At the triangular 3rd. So I believe every game in the series we've seen a proxy. Until now. Here he does check behind his mineral line. He does check the center expansion as well. He's looking for his opponent proxy. Checking for Raxes. Scout does check. And from here we're settling in. We have a more economic start out of Clem, going Rax expands, getting to a more economic opener. Likewise, herO back at home, settling in as well. Whew. Are we actually going to get into a standard game for the first time this series? Are we? So far the openers are standard. We'll see. First Reaper gets across. Just posing a threat here. He did stay back home with his Adept. And we'll keep up with the Reaper. Behind this we have our Sentry getting ready for the Hallucination Scouts. Getting ready to get eyes on what Clem is up to. As we do have a Twilight Council opener at a herO. Does open Twilight Council. We're going to go into Blink. Meanwhile, Clem is going for a second Rax before Starport. Okay, now we spoke about this at the start of the game, how Tourmaline does favor all-ins, does favor aggression, and we're seeing that here at a Clem. We're seeing a second Rax, we're seeing a delayed Starport, we could see a third Rax as well, and we could just build up into an early sim timing or an early combat shields timing as well. What are we going for? Starport 2-on-1. Okay, so we have the early 2-on-1. Now there is a 2-on-1 variation that has been permeating throughout the scene, propagated by Clem actually, by Clem and by the other Terrans as a result of that, where we do actually go for tanks and Vikings and we reinforce with vanilla Marines, not Stim. We'll see if that's the case here. Oh, never mind, going for the add-on sub, going for a more traditional 2-on-1. Okay, early Stim timing. Let's go. Hallucination does scout the add-on swap, does scout the 2-on-1, and is aware of the early Stim. So this is a build that is often seen against Zerg, of course, rarely seen against Protoss, but is still seen nonetheless. This is going to be an earlier drop play. We have early Stim on the way. I say that going Liberator first before any kind of medevac play. We'll see how this all is piecing together. But again, early Stim, very early Stim timing. Bearing in mind, because of this build, because of the early Stim, no tanks, right? There's no tank production, there's no tech lab on the factory. That is the weakness of this build. That's why this is weaker against, say, 4-gate Blink Stalker. Like, hyper-aggressive Blink Stalkers can just have their way with this because there is 0 tanks defensively. But thankfully, here is expanding. Here is not going into a hyper-aggressive build. He's just going 3-gate blink into a third. I believe before Robo. Yeah, before Robo. So here he's cutting corners, being greedy, getting a faster third base. Now he's moving out. And we'll see what here can get done. Shall see. Zero perks in, picks up a couple of Marines. We'll lose a Stalker, but a miscontrolled out of herO. While he's distracted to get into the mineral line. Doesn't get too much done, but he can try to blink in. Once again, there are no tanks. Going for the reactor instead. Oh, it's going to be a brutal trade here. The reactor is going to go down, but he's going to bleed out some Stalkers. Attempts to go for the recall. He does get the reactor, but he bleeds out almost everything. Oh my god, that was 6 Stalkers going down. That was not worth it. 6 Stalkers do fall. Here he at least has a faster third base, and we'll see if Clem commits on 2 bases. He's got Stim. He's got his ByuN army, waiting for combat shields. Once again, herO moves out to contain. So here he is containing Clem. What do I drop here across the map? Clem is committing. He's got his upgrades, catching a Stalker. As he moves out, the drop is moving in. We'll see if herO reacts in time. That's what mines do borrow. And no reaction. Oh, does pull away. Managed to connect. 3 probes. Not bad. herO does minimize his losses. Again, trying to keep up with the main push. And herO does have charge. Does have charge, warping in more zealots. It looks like herO, he should have enough. There are enough zealots. Then collapse in. Yeah, Clem has to get the hell out of here. We'll bleed out a Medivac. Oh, Medivac barely survives. Widow Mines do borrow. Decent connections. They reset the Zealot count. Here he has to back off. And the game continues. Oh my god. Yeah, the game does continue here. Clem is expanding behind this, but he was quite committed here with his push. Still did preserve a lot of his army. True. Did preserve a lot. Oh, here we're going for the Dark Shrine. Did Clem notice the shimmer is the question. Clem has safety turret. Wow, safety turret here at the natural, turret in the main base. Third CC is exposed, but DTs, they shouldn't find much more damage. herO blinks. Oh, he blinks on forward. Stalker's going to be going down, and Clem is overwhelming. Clem is just overwhelming this position. Shuts down most of the Stalkers, shuts down the Zealots, scan across the map, deals with the Dark Templar, and he was just being outscaled. herO barely hanging on. Ay, ay, ay. Again, hero's just split out so many Stalkers throughout the course of this entire game. 15 Stalkers have gone down. 15 back. As the space will fall, once again we have a defensive DT, but there's a scan. herO trying to be cheeky. The bases aren't going down. We have more Dark Templar harass. Once again going to be cleaned up. herO just cannot expand. And herO, sorry, Clem can soon A move. He can soon just A move back. As here, he failed to punish the opener. Instead, he punished himself. I'm referring to the moment when he blinked into the main base, when he tried to get some damage done. With that center base, that's a kill, not a cancel. Is breaking through. And again, we have a couple of DTs in the mix. Another friendly fire. Oh, look, the splash damage from the Widow Mines. Do we have another scan? A scan is all the companies. There we go. There's a scan. DTs are shut down. And with that, GG gets called. We are going to the ace matches. Clem ties up the series 2-2. We're going to game 5. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Thank you so much. Shout out to Comesator in the chat. God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing for 10 months, almost a year of support. Thank you, Papa. Thank you. Do appreciate the support. I hope you enjoy the content, the casting, and the StarCraft Pappy. As we are getting into the ace match, we're getting into game 5. Again, winding it back, Clem went for an early 2-on-1 opener, early stim. We saw that herO, he went for 3-gate blink, and he tried to apply pressure and tried to punish the opener of Clem. But in doing so, he lost 8 stalkers. He lost the stalkers as he blinked into the main base. He lost a little momentum. From that moment, he fell behind. Stalkers are so expensive, especially early on. You want to preserve them over time, but here his stalker count was reset, and even though he survived against the first wave with his zealots, he was still outscaled over time. Clem's production did just overwhelm herO. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're now getting into the ace match. The final game of the series is going to be loading into Mothership for that final game. Let's go. Let us go. So we're getting to the final game of the series. This morning in the top right hand corner of Mothership, we have the French Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player, the South Green Protoss representing T1. It is herO. Here we go, the final game of the series, and we are loading into Mothership, a very large map of the map. Well, not just large map, but open bases as well. We have seen many Terran players struggle in the late game here on Mothership. At the same time, we've also seen a lot of herO struggling as well. herO, he has been overly aggressive at times. I was concerned that was going to be the case against ByuN, if you remember, where herO, he was even taking some bad fights against ByuN on this map, but because it was so large, ByuN just had such a difficult time applying any kind of counter aggression or counter damage, and eventually ByuN was broken. We'll see how Clem will approach Mothership instead, as we do open up double gas, and once again, just like last time, no proxy pylon, no proxy gates. Go. This Clem is going to be building up. And from here, we can see a more tech-heavy start, faster factory, faster starport. This can lead into Reactor Reaper Hellion, can lead into Banshee play, which we haven't seen this series so far. Can lead into more committed Widow Mine drops. Where are you taking us? Meanwhile, well, of course, welcome to Mothership. Mothership is one of the larger maps, a 3-player spawn map as well. Here, he's looking for Clem. Clem does not SCV scout, so no SCV scout out of Clem. He's not concerned with where herO is. He's going for the Reaper scout instead. And Clem, he will miss the probe. Will barely miss it. Probe dips in. And gets eyes on the opener. He's aware of the faster factory. herO can opt to recall to save the probe. Can recall back. Clem still looking, does scout the bottom side. There's no saving the worker. Probe is going to be shut down. And herO going for a Stargate. Okay, let's go. I did mention earlier that on these larger maps, it is more viable to go for Stargate play, so this does make sense. We'll see if Clem can scout and punish the Stargate opener. So Clem is moving in. For now, Clem does get intercepted, dealing with the Adept. As he did open up Reactor Reaper Hellion. So much more aggressive start here at Clem. The goal is to bust into a mineral line. We'll see if he can. Does get the Adept. Adept goes down and rushes on past. Nice shade here from herO. Gets the Hellion. Picks up one Hellion, picks up the Reaper as well. The army gets into the mineral line, but he should be cleaned up. But does he scout? Does he get further in?
Complete.
Oh, so far doesn't get eyes on the tech. Clem, he sees nothing, he knows nothing, he does not scout the Twilight Council or the Stargate. Is not aware. And back at home, he's not actually ready for this. Widowmines are somewhat in position. He has one Widowmine. Cyclone is on the way. Remember, Cyclone was delayed because of the Hellions and the Widowmines. And SCVs are going down. It's 1, 2, 3 SCV kills. Bust into the main base, getting more economic damage. Getting another SCV. And another. Getting up to 5, 6. Oh my god. It's 5 SCVs and a mule. Energy is running out. We have another Oracle on the way. Widowmine's not quite in position, and so far, nice damage here from herO, and he's not done. Oh no! He's not done! Babby gets another SCV! Oh, this time we have the lock-on. Yeah, the Oracle's going to be thrown away. 7 SCVs in total. The second Oracle was lackluster. Not as worth it. And we have a third Oracle on the way, right? No. Yes, yes. We have a third Oracle on the way. It's being rallied. At the same time, Clem is pushing, bearing in mind that because of all this Oracle production, the ground army is lacking for herO. True. Ground army is lacking. As Clem does pull back. Okay, he pulls back for the tank. And we could end up in a weird base trade here. A couple of boys are being pulled as well. The Adepts are revealed. Does spot the medevac. Does spot the move outs. This is going to give herO time to react. Shades in. Clem turns everything back around. There's the recall. Recalls back home, and now Clem has precious seconds to warp in. There we go. More shield batteries on the way. More warp-ins on the way as well. herO building up as much as he can. Oracle back into the main base. Gets 6 more SCVs. Clem, this all-in has been stifled. It's weaker. It's been delayed. It's been disrupted. Clem down to 20 SCVs. He's completely all-in. I don't know if killing these workers really matters anymore. We're wasting all of energy across the map. It's all about the defense. Gets a medevac. Barely not. Cyclone gets caught out. But the tank does siege. Massive tank fall here on the Stalker. Boys are being pulled, and can the herO hold? It's close. The Widowmine. Yeah, Mind Shield goes off, catches the Stalker. And hero's gonna lose a lot of probes here in the defense. But here he barely has enough. He'll lose 19 probes. He does run away, takes down the tank. And herO holds. And despite losing 19 probes, herO is still on 30 workers compared to the 12 of Clem. And hero's done it. He's done it. He chases down the Cyclone, chases down the Viking. Clem, he should not have enough. He just doesn't have the economy. He cannot sustain his own production. Oh no, the Phoenixes. But GG gets called. herO overwhelms, and herO will take the series 3-2, becoming this week's PiGosaur Cup champion. GG. Whew, GG, well played. A very, very intense back and forth here. Did go all the way to the ace match. And again, even here in the final game, we saw that herO was able to successfully hide the Stargate. The Oracles did crippling damage, got into the main base, into the natural. In the end, Clem was forced into the all-in. But more importantly, herO scouted and delayed the all-in. It was crucial here that herO moved out with the Adepts. He was able to turn Clem back around, delayed his push, killed more SCVs, and barely had enough warp-ins. It was not an easy hold. It was not an easy hold. He lost 19 probes in the defense. It was a very shaky hold for herO, but barely good enough. Barely good enough. GG, well played. Congratulations to herO. My condolences to Clem. Again, herO, our most recent RSL champion, even here winning the PiGosaur Cup as well. GG. GG, well played. Whew. Hi. GG, man. GG. Just pull them, Pappy, pull them. But GG, well played with that. Congratulations here to herO. My condolences to Clem. Again, these are the best Protoss and Terran players in the world. They do trade back and forth, of course. And if you enjoy the broadcast, there's a weekly tournament. Every single week we have the PiGosaur Cup. I don't know if I'll cast this live again. We'll see. If you noticed, on Twitch at least, it does say how long we've been live. We've been live for 4 hours, but the stream went down halfway through, and the stream went down last week as well. Like 2 weeks in a row now. The stream has been, the internet has been cutting out just mid-cast, specifically for this tournament. It's something about the time of the day. I know what it is, but specifically at this time of the day, like the stream has been cutting out. We've had this issue before, and if it continues, we might just not cast PiGosaur Cup. I don't know. It's just takes away a little momentum, and we lose a lot of viewers whenever it happens as well. So we'll see what happens. Doesn't help that, again, this event does begin a little bit later in the evening, or at least in the Americas. Does start later. But yeah, GG, well played. With that, we are going to be heading over here towards our schedule. When it comes to our weekly schedule here, you can see we are Wednesday. We're here on Wednesday. We just wrapped up with PiGosaur Cup. Tomorrow, in less than 24 hours, we're going to be live with the Tenacious Turtle Tussle. We're going to be live with the Turtle Tussle. We have the Kung Fu Cup on Friday and Saturday. We have Pondcast Thursday evening, and we have the Wardy TV Monday replay cast this evening as well, scheduled to begin in 4 hours. Oof. Usually I try to sleep. Usually I try to nap before the Wardy TV Monday, but I don't think I have enough time today. So no nap, no sleep for us. We're just going to stay up and just keep casting, Pat, all night long. So we have some Wardy TV Monday replays. That's going to be this evening. Again, 4 hours. We'll be live once again with some more StarCraft. So going to be live again in 4 hours. Otherwise, we are going to be back tomorrow for Turtle Tussle. That is our bi-weekly tournament here on the CranKy Ducklings. If you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed the casting, then do consider following us on all the socials, !socials in the chat. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, all things CranKy Ducklings, so you can check us out there. Otherwise, you can also support us via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon does fund all of our tournaments. It funds the Sparkling Tuna Cup, the Sea Duckling Open, and the Master Swan Open as well. So if you want to help us grow our tournaments and boost our prize pool, and eventually have us have monthly finals in 2026, then help us out on Patreon. We currently have been hosting monthly finals in September, October, November, and December. For these remaining 4 months of the year, we do have monthly finals for our tournaments, thanks to a very generous donation in the chat. We had a $2,000 donation in the chat, and we split that up into $500 prize pools. So 4 months of $500 prize pools. That's where that money is gone. So we've been able to host these monthly finals for our tournaments every month so far, at least until the end of the year. Coming into next year, we're reliant only on Patreon, and if you can help us grow the Patreon, then we can get to that point again to be able to run those monthly finals. But we're a ways away from that goal, so you can help us grow if you wish. If you enjoy the content, enjoy the tournaments, if you want to support the players, you can do so via the Patreon. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it, and we are going to be wrapping up for the day. Again, we'll be back in 4 hours with some more content, with some more StarCraft. So see you in 4 hours. See you in 4 hours, puppy. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And again, stick around. We're gonna be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Give some loves to Babylings. Babylings, a good friend of the channel, a long-time supporter of the CranKy Ducklings as well. So give them some love as they are enduring the ladder. I do try to stream whenever I can. Only if I have time though. Again, I'm gonna be casting in 4 hours, so I gotta go get some food. Gotta go clean up and set up as well. So I don't really have time to have any StarCraft ladder at the moment. Maybe on Friday. You can see on Friday and Sunday I have a little bit of free time. Maybe Thursday as well. I might be able to squeeze in like a cheeky ladder session, but otherwise not today. Not today, probably not today. I do typically stream on my personal channel, !light. !light in the chat. I do stream on my personal channel whenever I have time. I just don't really have a lot of time, but every now and then, if I have a free afternoon, I do try to ladder a little bit. I'm very rusty because I ladder like once a month, so very rusty, but you can follow me there if you wish. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later on tonight or tomorrow for some more StarCraft. See you then, buddy. See you then. Hasta luego. Ciao, papi. Ciao. Hasta luego.